Hey guys, I'm finally back, so I'm excited about that. I'm sorry I haven't been back with you guys yet. I did make a post last week um, letting you guys know what was going on a little bit, but if you didn't see that, um, I was sick, went to the doctor, and she said that I had a double ear infection. Yeah, two for the price of one. Yay. But I'm finally well enough to make videos again. Um, I had this horrible cough, would not go away. And it's still kind of there, but it's way more mild than it was. So like if I start coughing just a little bit, I hope you'll excuse me. Um, as I'm still not 100%, but I'm good enough that I can make you guys some more videos. I'm sorry. But yeah, I am well enough that I can make you guys some more videos. I'm glad to be back. Not being able to record was just, I hated it so much. But I'm thinking we're going to get to do two pictures in this one video because these are not very intricate. Um, They are color by number. This is color by number bird stamps by Sunlife Drawing. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into it. I haven't colored anything out of this book yet, so let's go ahead. I'm not going to color the title page. There's your color palette, and then you get right into it. This is Emu. This is for Australia. And the color key is on the other side. So number 2 is gray. So let me grab this. And I am using my Sanjoki alcohol markers. I haven't used those in a minute. So I really wanted to get those out and show them some love. I'm just setting my color key over here. So CG5. Let's go ahead and grab it. So I am gonna zoom you in. And this is CG5 Cool Gray. And these are brush tip and broad tip, but I am going to use the brush tip. So yeah, how is everybody? Hopefully good. Um, like I said, I hated being away because I love to do this for you guys. I love um, to color. So it's like, well, you already like doing one thing, so why not do it for people that also like to do this one thing? Why not? you know? Um, but yeah, these stink a little bit. Probably because I haven't picked them up in a while. Um, yeah, I haven't used these markers since I got my Ohuhus, which that says a lot about Ohuhu because their markers are phenomenal. I love them. Um, and honestly, I don't think I could color as well as I do without them. I used to only use these Sanjokis, and like once the brush starts to fray some, it's just a nightmare to work with. So that's why um, when I got my Ohuhus, I opted for regular bullet tips. All right, number 3 is dark brown, so that is 102. All right, So 102 raw umber. But yeah, um, I don't think I'll see myself in the future buying any more brush tip markers just because I find them a little more difficult to maneuver. Now, I know a lot of you guys love your brush tips, and honestly, I still do love them. Oh, shoot. It's supposed to be tan right in there. That's fine. Yeah, I just I don't have as much control as I do with a regular bullet nib. Um, and that's just me. You know, a lot of people think it's a lot easier to color with brush tips. And I believe that is true when the markers are brand new. I don't like when the nib starts to fray because then I'm like, oh, I can't get into that little tiny spot anymore. And I know you can, I know you can buy new ones, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just use the regular bullet tips because I don't have to replace those really. I've had my Ohuhus for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, something like that. And I haven't even had to replace a marker yet. And you really can't replace the Ohuhu markers because they're not open stock. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, they're not open stock markers. I wish they were. Ohuhu. Because I would be buying um I'd be buying the ones that I needed. I have run out of a couple of them, but I am still able to put a little alcohol in them and kind of save them. So that is why I haven't thrown them away because they still have a little bit of life left. And and Ohuhu has come out with they have come out with refills. So it's like I don't see the purpose in throwing them away when I could just get the refills and have a brand new marker. So, and not a lot of brands have refills. Sanjoki does not have refills to my knowledge. To my knowledge, they do not have refills. How are these in here? Okay. Brush is facing down. I want to make sure just because I don't remember how they're all how they're all faced in there. Number 4 is just brown, so 99. All right. 99 bronze. But yeah, I would rather have just a regular bullet tip. And that's just my personal preference. No hate on brush tips, though I do like them. They're just not my preferred tip. Not for coloring, at least. Which that's pretty much all we do with them. Well, some people do use them um, for drawing. which is really cool, I think. I find it hard to do some of the things that people can do with alcohol markers. And I believe a lot of people that do the fancy art like that do use the brushes. It probably makes it a bit easier to lay down marker really quickly. Oh, let me get situated. I got a bunch of crap in my way, and my chair does not want to cooperate. Okay. But yeah, just for me personally, I don't particularly like to use brush tips. And I'm using these because I don't want to waste the markers. I didn't use them for a while there, and some of them dried up and they could not be saved. So I'm missing four, no, three markers. I'm missing three markers because they no longer worked. Oh, I'm using, okay. Yeah, they stopped working. They dried completely out, and there was nothing that I could do. I put alcohol in them multiple times, and they still were dry. There's nothing that I could have done about those dried markers. I do wish that more brands would make open stock or marker refills. I know that Copics have refills and they have open stock markers. Ohuhu has, excuse me, I'm sorry. Ohuhu has refills, which is really nice. Sorry, I just wish I didn't have to cough in your ears. Um, Talking a lot kind of makes it difficult to keep myself from coughing. If I have to cough like um, kind of loud, then I'll pause and do that off camera. But I think I'm okay for now. But like I was saying, um, Ohuhu has refills, and then after that, I'm not too sure who else has refills. And I just realized something. Um, I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so it's fine. Okay, let me put this back here before I continue. I forgot my blot sheet. Yeah, I forgot my piece of cardstock behind the picture. But thankfully, I wasn't putting enough ink in there to actually hurt the picture behind. Thankfully. Was this here? Or I think it was there. Let me see. Number 5 is tan, so 36. Let me see. 36. Okay. 36 cream. All right. But so far, this is looking cute. And I love animals, so it makes it even better. Oh, I think I just hit the microphone a little bit. I've got some things to talk about now. Um, while I was sick, I started talking to someone. Well, before I was sick, I started talking to a guy, and we decided to meet up. Well, we met, we had a good time. Well, I guess we had a good time. I had a good time. He brought me flowers. Um, we ate. We went to a sushi restaurant. Big, expensive, fancy place. Well, it's not really expensive. Uh, Fancy would be the word, I guess. It's not too fancy, but it's not like too cheap, I guess. Um, one sushi roll's $10. I don't know if you'd consider that cheap or expensive. I consider it cheap because I don't know what other prices that they would be. I've only been to one sushi restaurant in my life, and that is the one that I go to when I want sushi. So I think it's cheap, but that might be expensive for some. I have no clue. Let me know if that's cheap or if that's expensive. But yeah, we went out, we ate. I wasn't feeling the best, so when he asked if I wanted to get ice cream, I turned him down. I said no, I'm not, and um, that I was full from the dinner, and that I wasn't feeling great. He said, "All right, that's no problem." Apparently, that was a problem. Um, but yeah, I told him that my dad was um, walking the Pinnacle trails while I was out. Which would mean that he was in the area. And we were talking about our next date, and I wanted to play Stardew Valley. We had been playing Stardew Valley for the last couple weeks until we met, and then he got off work, said that he was being took to his mom's house, and then or that he'd let me know when he got back. I was like, all right, that's cool. Well, about an hour later, I get a text. I look at this text, and I almost put a hole through this table with my phone. I was mad. He told me that it was not working out because my dad was dictating when and how I can date. For one, My dad never dictated anything. Did he want me to be out all the time with somebody? No. You know, like it's normal. Your kid's just meeting somebody for the first time. You don't want for your child to go out on a date with some random person that you don't know and then they never come back because something happened. That's not reasonable. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. He wasn't dictating anything, though. He never said where I was allowed to go or what I was allowed to do or how I was allowed to do something. He never said that at all. Ever. Ever. You know? Mind you, this guy, I thought was amazing. I was like, yes, I finally found somebody that cares and that is gonna be something. No. No. All right, number 6 is peach. So that is 131. 131 skin white. I love skin white. It's my favorite skin tone marker. And it looks like it's a little dry. Let me try this side. But yeah, anyway, yeah, this marker is dry right now, so I'm gonna have to put some alcohol in it. So, but I can still talk while I'm doing this. Um, but yeah, when we went out on that date, he wanted to get appetizers, right? I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess that's cool. He wanted to get appetizers. Let's go on to the next color while I'm waiting on that. Number 8, red orange. So that is 22. 22 French vermilion. But this guy wanted to get appetizers. I got one because he wanted to get them. Um, he never once offered to pay for anything. Now, I understand that not everybody is like that. Not everybody has to do that. That's how I was raised, though. I was raised knowing that a man should pay for his woman. That is the way that I was raised. That's what I know. The last person I went out with paid for the meal. He wanted to do it. He was a gentleman. He paid for the meal. Okay. And then that didn't work out because he lied to me about something stupid. And if he's going to lie about something small, then he's going to lie about something big too. So I'm not doing that. But yeah, didn't pay for the meal, didn't offer, honestly. Okay, number 9, 23. He didn't offer, so I didn't say anything. 23 orange. I didn't I didn't say anything about it. I was like, okay, he wants me to pay. That's fine. Um, pay for my own meal. He paid for his own. That's fine. Um, well, I don't know. We were talking like the day before he said this, we were talking about dates, and he said, "Oh, I've got so many dates planned for our future." Apparently not, because the day after you said that, you tell me that it's not working out because my dad tells me what to do. For one, that is false. My dad has never told me who I can and can't go out with. Never. Ever. He took off from work just so that I could go out to this dance at school with a guy, just because he wanted just because I wanted to go see this person at this dance, be with this person at this dance. He took off work so that I could do that. My dad doesn't dictate anything. He always lets me do my own thing, which I appreciate. He trusts me. Let's see, number 12, 48. 48, there we go. 48, yellow green. Yes, I live under his roof, but he has never told me who I can and can't see, where I can and can't go. He has never told me that. My mom never tells me that. She doesn't dictate anything either. My parents are supportive of me. And when I decide that I want to go meet somebody, well, mom has me give her names and pictures just so that if a guy turns out to be crazy and kidnaps me or something, then she has a picture of what he looks like and the name and everything and where they're from. So I get that. She wants me to be safe. That is perfectly understandable. Okay, 1347. That is understandable in my eyes. 47, grass green. But she has never flat out told me, no, you can't go see them. No, you can't go meet. You know you can't go meet them. She's never told me that. I always follow the rules. I don't do anything reckless, and I don't speed trying to get places. I don't do anything like that because there's no need, you know. If the person wants to see me, they will wait for me to get there. I was a few minutes late on my first date with that first guy. I was a couple minutes late because I went the way that I knew how to get there. I wasn't familiar with the shorter way to get there yet. And I took the shorter way to get there this time. But yeah, I've never been told who I can and can't see. Never. Um, because they trust me. They trust that if I'm in danger, I will get up and I will leave. And I will too. If I'm in danger, I'm not just going to sit there and take it. I'm an independent person. Okay. But yeah. So that page is done. Excuse me. That page is finished. I might have dried out my skin white just a hair, or gotten rid of the color just a bit. Okay, anyway, before I mess it up more, yeah, I got rid of that color a little bit. Yeah, I put too much alcohol, I think. But anyway, it's fine. It'll get that color back probably when it sets for a bit. But now I'm going to move on to a second page because we're only 30 minutes in. We've got plenty of time. This is Nepal and a Danphe. So, number 2, gray again, CG5. CG5 cool gray. But yeah. So, I don't know where he was coming from with, oh, your dad dictates everything. No, he does not. He probably thought just because he was there, he was like spying to see what was going on. That is not what he was doing. He was on a trail. Um, he was on a hiking trail while I was out. My dad likes to go out when I do just to make sure that I don't need anything. Is that a little overprotective? Probably. But I'm glad that he does it. What if something does happen? I get in a wreck, or, you know, I'm being harmed by somebody or anything, then I can call him and he will be there. And he won't have to try to rush to get to me and wreck himself. So I'm grateful that he is that way. Because if I'm in a wreck and I'm gonna die before anything gets there to me, I want him. Well, I don't want him to have to see that, but it would be comforting knowing that he was there with me. Um, anyway, enough of the sad talk. Um, but yeah, he said that what did he say? He sent me a second text as well. I'm pretty sure that when he sent that first text, I was so mad. Like I said, I almost put a hole through my desk with my phone. I was so mad. I like slammed that thing so hard. I thought I broke my camera. But yeah, don't tell somebody about all these dates you have planned, all these things for our future that you have planned, and then decide a day later that you're not doing that. But yeah, he had, let's see, we went on the date on Wednesday because I had to go back to the doctor the next day to make sure that my ears were healing. Let's see, number 3, dark brown, 102, once again, 102 raw umber. Let me see how this is doing. It looks a little better. I'm not going to worry about it though. But yeah, because I had to go back to the doctor to make sure that everything was healing like it should. And yeah, everything was fine. We were we were talking like that whole day about how the date went, and he said it went good. You know what? I kind of think, well, I thought this before. I think that his ex, because he said that he was in that relationship with his ex for 6 years, and they decided to split up mutually. I have two theories about why he said what he said. Number one, his ex decided to call him up and she wanted to get back together. Okay. Number two, I've told him that if anybody tries to harm me or my family, that they will be dealt with, you know, because I don't take too kindly to any of that. So maybe he wanted to harm me and feared that I would take action from that. I can't say what I would say in that scenario where I would talk about what would happen if somebody were to try to harm me or my family. This is YouTube. They don't appreciate that. But he might have heard that and was like, whoa, if I try anything, this woman will end me. That's the best way that I can put it. Excuse me. But he either wanted to hurt me or his ex wanted him back. And if you're going to walk away from something that you claimed you had a really good time with, if you walk away from somebody that you claim to really like and that you had a good time with, you know, you could walk away from them at any point. Kids, no kids, a house together, just something stupid. Yeah, I'm not bothered by that. Well, I am, but all right, number 4 is brown. So we'll go back to 99, which is bronze. But yeah, I was so mad. I I don't know. I could have broke everything in this room and I probably wouldn't have even cared, honestly. Um yeah, I don't appreciate people lying to me. And that is exactly what he did. Oop, let me finish this right quick and then I'm going to go see what that noise was. I heard some kind of noise and I might as well go see what it was just in case somebody fell or something. So, but yeah, I'll have more to talk about when I come back. But yeah, let me go and check what that was right fast, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. My brother was just violently opening the fridge door. All right. But yeah, I already had something planned for us to do in like next weekend or this weekend or whatever, but that's not gonna happen now. I was planning for us to go bowling, and he claimed that there was no spark when we met and had that date. There was no spark. What kind of stupid, idiotic stuff is that? I understand, like, sometimes for people, it's like instant. I get that. And you don't want to leave each other's sides. I get it. But I've never had a spark with anyone. And I really liked people. So, you know, there's not always going to be that spark happen instantly. Sometimes it takes a couple tries. So, I think it was just impatience and ignorance. But it's fine. I'm fine. I don't care anymore. Like, I'm just glad that if he was gonna act that way, then he would have acted that way the whole time. Number five, 36. 36 cream. But yeah, if he's acting that way now, he would have acted that same way the whole time. And he's like, oh, gifts are my love language, and feel free to get me stuff too. That's probably why there wasn't a spark. Probably because he wanted me to spend money on him. Or that he wanted me to spend money and pay for his food. I'm not going to do that. Um, Usually it's the lady that's supposed to get the gifts, not give the gifts. Unless it's like Christmas, birthday, something relevant. Which I mean is perfectly okay for women to want to give gifts to their partners. That is completely okay. But I'm just meeting you, bud. Like, I'm just getting to see you in person. I'm not gonna feel comfortable buying some big expensive thing for someone I don't know. Does that make sense? Number eight, 22 again. 22. 22 French Vermilion. But yeah, I don't feel comfortable buying a stranger a gift, which it's not technically he's not a stranger because we've been talking for a while, but technically he is because I've never seen him in person before. Yeah, I don't know. It's it's stupid and complicated, and I'm not worried about it now. He didn't want to see what happened. He wanted to try something or, you know, hurt me, or I don't know. There was some stupid reason that he didn't want to continue to see me. And thankfully, he is in Georgetown somewhere, and I don't care where. Um, that's why I'm not naming names, because if he sees this, which I highly doubt he's gonna see this, um, then there's no doxing or anything because I just named a place. 23, 23 Orange. I just named a general place. Sorry. And I haven't said his name because I don't care enough to say his name. I don't care. He's not relevant anymore. And I'm probably gonna step out of the dating scene for a bit because it's just the same thing over and over and over again. People go out with you and then they stop talking to you, or they tell you that they're not interested after you've already met and went out. Yeah. Yep. Things don't make sense for any of this. I get people can have their opinions of you and they don't have to like you, but don't go out with me, talk about going out again, and then doing that stupid crap. I don't appreciate it. Number 10, 14. 14. What was that color? Yellow orange. So there it is. 14 vermilion. And that's number 10. I think I see one number 10. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty tired of trying and trying and trying to find somebody that actually cares. I'm sick of it. I don't want to try anymore. I want to just be left alone, I guess. I don't I don't want to keep chasing after stuff that's not going to work out. I don't want to keep doing that. Yeah. I don't want to keep chasing after something that's not mine. The right time will come one day, and then, yep. All right, 10. I've already got 10 on, so it'd be 12. So number 12 is 48. 48 yellow green. That was, yeah, 12. Okay. Got a couple 12s. But yes, I'm going to enjoy being alone for a while unless somebody happens to just show up. Something just happens to happen, and it's the right time, the right place. And until then, I'm just gonna chill. My friend found her husband on Facebook dating. My other friend has a boyfriend she found on Facebook dating. Yeah, I'm doing good. All right, 1347. 47 grass green. But yeah, I'm doing awesome. Uh, honestly, I'm glad that I don't care that much about this. Um, I was really angry, and then the more that I think about it, the more I'm like, well, if he ever decides to crawl back, you can kick him. You can kick him to the curb. I don't take people back. Not unless they have a really good argument. Like, why should I take you back? And they have a really good argument. But you cheat on me one time, it's never gonna happen. You're never gonna come back to me. And sometimes people that cheat learn a lesson. Sometimes they do, most of the time they don't, because then they just want to keep doing it. So, yeah. And for anybody that's ever had to go through somebody cheating on them or what I went through when I've been lied to so many times, it's not your fault. It never is, and it never will be, unless you're the one cheating and lying. If you're the one cheating and lying, you need help. But if you're the one being cheated on and lied to, then it's not your fault. Get out of there, protect yourself. Go go to the spa, go pamper yourself. You deserve it. Number 15, aqua green, 58. 58 mint green light. But yeah, go have a good time. Go treat yourself. You deserve it. They don't. They want to come, too bad. Shouldn't have shouldn't have done that. They want you back, too bad. Shouldn't have done it. Cuz girl, you are gorgeous and you are worthy of just being treated like a queen, like you're supposed to be. So, if you believe that you're not worth it, hun, you definitely are. Everyone is worthy. Everyone is worthy of love, happiness, all of that. So keep your head held high and enjoy the time you have to yourself. The right one will come. They will. And when they do, you'll know. And just remember that if you think you don't deserve happiness, you do. Everyone does. I do. You do. Anyone in the world that's a good person deserves happiness. People that hurt others for their own gain. don't deserve happiness. People that hurt others for fun don't deserve happiness. Nobody that enjoys harming someone or something, no one like that deserves happiness. No one. And they're going to try to tear you down. Don't let them. Keep a strong will, keep a strong mind, and overpower them. Achieve your happiness. Don't be there just for them to be happy. You can't change people that don't want to be changed. You can't change people that think they're the best thing in the world. You just can't. You can't change a narcissist. You can't change anyone like that. So free yourself from that and enjoy your life. Enjoy being you. You don't have to be somebody's stepping stones. You don't. I want you all to know that. You don't have to care about anything else but your own happiness. You don't. For a long time there, let's see, number 16, 66. 66 baby blue. Excuse me. For a long time, I felt like I didn't deserve to be happy. I did. I really did. And what I realized, this marker needs more ink. This marker needs more alcohol. Um, but anyway, what I realized was that I'm not here to make others happy. I'm not here on this earth to make others happy. I'm here on this earth for me and my family. That is what I'm here for. And then whoever decides to come into my life, and be there forever, 17 blue, 67. I have to let 67. I have to let that other marker 67 pastel blue. And that is 18. No, it's 17. 17. But yeah, when I was in high school, I had a crush on this guy. He led me on for a long time. He led me on that whole school year. He led me on while we were texting over the break. He led me on that whole time. Probably over a year he did that. And I thought he liked me. But turned out um, it turned out he didn't care, and I found that out on Valentine's Day when he had brought another girl a giant teddy bear. And I was left with nothing. Now, I understand, it's just school drama, and it really was. But that drama turned into trauma because it made me feel like I was nothing, like I could be disposed of that easily. And we weren't even together. And then what made it worse was when my ex boyfriend told me that I can't feel like crap about it because we were not dating, we were not together. You know what? That is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. You can't feel, you can't have trauma from somebody that led you on for a year and rubbed his relationship with someone else in your face. You can't feel bad about that because you didn't date. What do you actually mean? That is, if that has happened to any one of you, give me one second. 18 is 70. But if that has happened to you, 70 royal blue, if that has happened to you, I see you. Your feelings are valid. You know, you're allowed to feel that way. You are. There's no, oh, well, it doesn't matter because y'all didn't date. It doesn't matter if you dated or not. If you've been led on by somebody that you cared about, who you thought cared about you, it still is trauma. It still hurts either way. So if any of that has happened to any of you, I understand what it feels like. And I'm sorry that it happened to you. And it shouldn't have happened, period. You know, it shouldn't have happened ever at all. They shouldn't have done it to you. And, for a while, that made me feel like I was just here to take up space. I was just on this earth to take up space because nobody cares about you, and you're just here to be here, to be a laughing stock. That's all there is to it. Um, and plus, I was bullied once in high school. People would call me Sasquatch because how tall that I was. And imagine how that feels. Imagine imagine how it feels to be treated that way. And usually it's white people that bully the dark skinned people, black people. I don't want to sound racist at all because I'm not. I just want to describe them in the most respectful way that I can. Um, but this dark skinned boy was actually the bully in this scenario. I don't have problems with anyone, but that just made me feel very insecure about myself because I can't help what I look like. I can't help how tall I am. I am 6'2". You know, there's nothing that I can do about that. There's no shrink ray that I can buy. There's there's nothing I can do about it. So, to be made fun of something that you can't control is just ridiculous. That's just petty idiocracy, and it shouldn't happen. Parents should teach their children that bullying can lead to way worse things than just insecurities. You know, that's why they show the S prevention in schools. That's why they tell people, if you need help, call the S hotline. And I'm not talking about the 3-letter S word. I'm talking about um, unaliving. You know, because that is a real thing. People get bullied and then they take themselves out of the equation. And that is not good. And I hate to see people do that to others. Let's see. Number 20, Violet. So 2082. 82 light violet. And this looks good. So that's 20. But yeah, I hate to. Oh, great. Look at that. It's dry. All right. So is that dry too? Yes, it is. Barely comes out of there. So I'm going to have to put some alcohol in there. And just let it sit. Let's move on to number 21 then. Yeah, these markers, like I said, they got a little bit of trouble. They got a little bit of issues with them, but we're trucking right along. So 21 dark violet, 81. And this is 81 deep violet. Hopefully this one. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Could you come out of there? I think the marker's broken. This side works. Let me see if there's ink. Nope. I love cheap markers. Okay. Good. Okay. Um Yep, that is completely dry. Okay. Look at that. Yep. Okay. I think I'm just gonna finish this page off with oh hoo hoo because yeah, it's not working out very good. So let me. All right. So 20 is V289. All right, V289. There's 287. There's 280. I need 289. Um, 280, 276, 284, 289. Okay. So, V289, Mentha Piperita, whatever that means. So this is 20. And I love to use the broad end on these because I feel like I've got more control with the broad end than I do with a brush tip for some reason. That is a thing. Okay. And then number 21, and our final color is V369. And there it is right there. V369 Lavender. And that is our last color. I wish I could have been able to do it with all the sun jokies, but apparently not. But yeah, that date must not have went good. I thought it was good. I thought he had a good time. It looked like he had a good time. He sure ate like he had a good time. He ordered coconut shrimp. It was 3 big tempura shrimp and some tempura vegetables. It's just fried and like it's like deep fried or whatever. And then that wasn't enough. That was his appetizer. And then he decided he wanted to buy the trio of sushi. So it was 3 different rolls of sushi. So, yeah, he couldn't even eat it all because there was so much. He took it home. But yeah, he sure ate like he had a good time. So, I don't know. I don't I don't care. But yeah, we finished the emu and we finished the Danphe. And I will zoom you out so you can see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos. That's always a blast. I hope you guys didn't mind me rambling the whole time. Um, yeah, I just had a lot to talk about today, I guess. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys.